Christos here. Welcome to another day in my life, and today we're going to be looking at bunions. Why your bunion may be helping you, not hindering you. Many people will go to great lengths to force their bunion straight, either with bunion corrective surgery, toe spacers that hold the toe straight, or long periods of strengthening exercises. Now, all these approaches are reasonable until you understand how the body moves in space and the role of the body in motion. I actually believe the bunion shape is there to help you, and I'll show you how. So as we take weight onto the front foot, this is the moment where the muscles of the underside of the foot and the inside of the foot must catch stress because the foot's going to hit the ground. Now, in order for the muscles to catch stress, the joints of the foot need to open. This requires the foot to get longer and wider. Now, it's this widening of the foot that actually sees the big toe move away from the midline of the body. If I show you here, you'll see how this looks like a bunion shape. And it's because it is a bunion shape. It's just in whole body motion. We shouldn't get stuck in this flattening phase. We need to actually be able to move away from it for push off, and that requires the toe to move in the opposite direction as the foot becomes rigid to propel the body forwards in space. So the bunion shape is a much needed shape for efficiency of absorption of force and propulsion forwards in space. Now, of course, this bunion shape, here it's relatively subtle. You will see some exaggerations of this. Now, when we look at an exaggerated bunion, we are looking at too much flattening of the toe or too much pronation of the toe. And when there's too much somewhere, there's always lack of elsewhere. You'll see that this movement away is a rotational movement away from the midline of the body. So if we're missing rotation, we could be missing rotation at the foot, but also further up chain. So think of rotation of the joint behind. Can the joint behind open? For many people, they have this big deviation away and this joint is stuck shut, unable to open. If we look further above, as the foot flattens, the shin bone needs to be able to turn in, and the pelvis actually needs to be able to turn away from the leg you're weight bearing into. So if any of those movements are hard for the body, the toe may deviate further than you would like it to, but it's doing it to encourage the shape needed to allow the tissues to absorb shock and to use that shock to its advantage by loading those tissues for good propulsion forwards. So excessive movement of the big toe is actually due to missing mechanics behind the toe and above. So if you are to restore these missing movements, it could be getting the midfoot to open, or the shin bone and thigh to turn in, or the pelvis to rotate away from the leg. You may just find your bunion shape reduces in appearance and starts to find a straighter position. And if you had discomfort in that area, you might find that discomfort resolves by itself. It's a much better way of working on your bunion than forcing it straight, because the body is doing this for a reason. If it wasn't, it wouldn't be in this position in the first place. So to force something is to actually go against what the body is trying to accomplish. What we want to do is understand what the body is trying to accomplish, which is a flattening of the foot, and the leg also contributing to that. If we can understand the movements missing within that pattern, we can help the bunion find straight. I hope you enjoyed that. I hope it's given you some food for thought, and I look forward to hearing how you've got on with helping your own bunions. Thank you. If you have any comments, leave them below.